Looks like a new kitty has come out to play. Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. Holy crap, guys. After such a long time of literally silence, we're finally getting some new announcements from MattelCreations.com. And I gotta tell you, this one's a big one. That's right, everybody. Panthor! Yes! Masterverse new Eternia Panthor has been put up for pre-order in the next couple of days, and I wanted to take a deep dive and see exactly what the details were for this particular release of Panthor in New Eternia. So without further ado, guys, let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was announced on MattelCreations.com. Because this one, we've been waiting for quite some time. Let's have a look, everybody. I want to give a huge shout out to my good friend Masterverse the Toy Hunter, who gave me the heads up on this. Oh my gosh, here we go, everybody. Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, Panthor has finally been announced for pre-order on MattelCreations.com. This is crazy, guys. I want to take a deep dive in this and see exactly what was going on. Over at Mattel Creations, scrolling down from the top, we can see a brand new set of releases. Of course, people are getting ready for the Super Bowl, and Mattel loves LA. Yes, we are all rooting for LA as they are recovering from the fires. We can even see some G.I. Joe Mega Constructs moving down past High Octane Thrills. We see it. That's right. In 4 days, 19 hours, and 33 minutes, evil is on the prowl. Masterverse Panthor has been put up, and I wanted to take a look at some of the photos that were dropped today for this amazing announcement. Let's have a look, everybody. The loyal feline steed of Skeletor, which launches on February 11th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's a bit odd. There seems to be an hour difference between the front page and the inner page, but no matter what, it launches on February 11th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Mark your calendars down, everybody. This is going to be crazy. Listing for $40 USD, which, if we go back in history, on Big Bad Toy Store, Battlecat was originally listed at $41.99, and even on Mattel Creations, he's still available for $40 USD, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But if you did miss out on grabbing Battlecat from Masterverse, this might be a good opportunity to get him. As we're all aware, Battlecat's main rival is the mighty Panthor. And let's admire the mighty Panthor in his latest iteration for New Eternia Panthor. There he is, everybody, Panthor, and he looks pretty vicious, I gotta admit. Zooming in closer, we can really see some of the new details on the facial sculpt. He looks way more ferocious than Battlecat, and I'm not even sure how that's possible. Wait a minute, I remember. When you take off Battlecat's helmet, he does look pretty cool, but honestly, he's got that meek appearance of Cringer, and I think that's really what makes the difference with these two, as when he closes his mouth, he has the snaggletooth appearance, and really does kind of look tame version of Battlecat. As a matter of fact, those little cub-like ears really do make all the difference in a lot of ways. Whereas his main rival, Panthor, has his saber-tooth-like appearances with the smaller incisors at the bottom and that crazy-looking tongue along with those ruby-red gums, those glass eyes. Oh, this is just insane. His purple fur is amazing. It's got this sheen on it. Obviously, the texture of the plastic is a little bit more reflective. And wearing his traditional saddle, he looks ferocious. It should be noted that he is basically the same sculpt as Battlecat, but that is not a bad thing. Take a look at these overall poses. Wow. I gotta tell you, with this new head sculpt on Panthor, he really does fit the idea of an incredibly ferocious cat. It's a little hard to tell from these angles, but I do believe that the paws are slightly different in their overall appearance. They definitely have changed the shape of the paw. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at the original release of Battlecat, we can see here in several of these photos that he actually has 5 toes on his paws. Now that isn't actually unusual, but it's the overall design and the way they actually created this look, which can make it look a little bit odd. Anatomically, this actually makes sense, as we can see here on Dutch.com, which has a convenient diagram. Cats do actually have 5 distinct digits on their paws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The smallest of the paws is actually all the way in the recessed in the back, and that's why in most toys they don't really emphasize this particular digit, which is evident here on Panthor. And this will actually be a subjective thing, as when you look at this particular paw here on the left, it looks pretty good, but the one on the right, depending on the angle that you're viewing it at, for Battlecat, can look a little strange. I had to pull out my own Battlecat to see what it looked like, and again, from certain angles, it can look a little bit odd. But this actually is in keeping continuing with the original look he had in Master Universe Revelation. As you can see, the smallest digit is recessed in the back, but again, from certain angles, you can really see the difference. Battlecat in Master Universe Revelation did have a distinctive fifth digit, much like a thumb. And I think that's actually the kind of design that they were going for with this version of Battlecat. It's interesting to see that they've made new updates to Panthor, and I really do appreciate that. The way he stands now, the way he looks now with his 4 new paws really is menacing, and it makes him look a little bit more sleek with that jet purple coat of his. Donning his armor makes him look like he's ready to go into battle. I love the photography here that the Mattel photographers have done. It really looks amazing, him jumping off of mountainside. Of course, his master Skeletor rides atop of Panthor, as he's the only one he will let mount on top of him, and they do look like the menacing pair. The articulation on these figures is well done, just as it was with the original Battlecat figure. The new box art is amazing. I love what the artists have done, and of course, the direction from Roy Juarez is always top-notch. Here we have Panthor in the moonlight, stalking his prey. We can even see some of those spotted highlights on the back of his leg, very much akin to the Panthera family where he derives from. The jungle setting is just so appropriate for Panthor, it's not even funny. On the reverse, we see him squaring off against Mechanic, and what an imposing figure he truly is. Literally dwarfing Mechanic, Skeletor looming in the background, commanding Panthor to protect whatever secrets he has within Snake Mountain. Panthor does look incredible, and I'm so glad we're getting a shot of getting this much sought after rival of Battlecat, as we really weren't sure if we were going to get Panthor in the Masterverse collection. Here is his complete pack out, and I do have to actually say something. The saddle looks very appropriate, matching pretty much what you expect for Panthor. But I do have to say, I'm a little torn with the helmet. This is New Eternia, and it's supposed to be a slightly different version of Panthor. But much like his appearance in Master Universe Classics, as well as his on-screen appearance in Master Universe Revelation, I sort of became accustomed to these gigantic horns which were adorning his helmet. Although he does have 2 bony protrusions at the top, which make him almost akin to Battlecat, I'm not really sure the overall appearance is exactly what I was expecting. We did see a prototype on display at San Diego Comic-Con, and our good friends over at ToyHabits.com, they are a wonderful site for toy news all year round. Definitely give them a like and a follow. Tell them Jay sent you. As you can see here on these prototype photos, Panthor looks impressive in real life, and the helmet does look pretty menacing. But again, I'm a bit torn as they've moved the horns from the top of his head to the bottom of his head. Overall, it's a really good design, and again, harkening more like Battlecat. But as with most things toy related, it's always better when you have them in hand and see them in person. Also comes with a spear, which Skeletor can use to ride into battle, his signature saddle, which looks amazing, and of course has the heraldry of Skeletor himself, including what appears to be his sash right underneath his bat symbol. And I love the little bony, almost back motif that's actually embedded into the front of the saddle. And he comes with these 2 forearm spikes, sharing a very similar design cue to the way they were depicted in Mondo's edition. He also comes with a wonderful backdrop, which you can display on your shelf. It's a wonderful jungle motif with Snake Mountain looming in the background. And I have to say, that is an interesting new depiction of New Eternia Snake Mountain. For the first time, we're actually seeing something of the other side of the Eternian landscape for New Eternia. Guys, Panthor has been unveiled and will be put up for pre-order on MattelCreations.com in the next 4 days, 20 hours, 7 minutes, as this new Panthor is looking ferocious. And I'm certain that many Master Universe collectors are going to want to add this little kitty to square off against their own Battlecats and Skeletors in the epic battle for New Eternia. Oh, finally. I mean, we didn't even know. We were just wondering. We were freaking out, honestly, that there was not going to be a Panthor. And as a matter of fact, some of us were actually devastated to think that, spoilers ahead, when Panthor bought it on screen in the Master Universe Revolution, that we would never get a Panthor. But thanks to our good friends over at MattelCreations.com, this has not been the case. We are actually going to be getting Panthor in Master Universe Masterverse New Eternia line. That's an interesting choice as well, considering the fact that this version is definitely not what we saw on screen. This version is definitely not the one we saw on screen, as we illustrated earlier. And I gotta tell you, I am kind of torn as to whether or not I am on board with this version of the new helmet, but I do have to say it is an interesting take nonetheless. The overall sculpt is new. The overall sculpt is generally Battlecat, but he does have some brand new paws at the very least. And I am interested to see if there are any other details which they've changed on the overall body structure. Obviously, the head has changed to make him look even more ferocious and very much like the Panthor we all know and love. But you never know. There might be some other little details that we can't see on pictures alone. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Are you going to be putting down your hard-earned cash for Panthor, considering the fact he's still listed at $40, which was actually the original listed price for Battlecat when he first came out? Are you guys interested in picking up this version of Panthor for New Eternia? Or are you guys holding a hope that maybe they'll even do a brand new sculpt, similar to what they did for the Cringer Prince Adam 2-pack, which is a much, much, much more, in my opinion anyway, superior sculpt for a feline? Or is this just not in your wheelhouse at all and you're pretty much done with Masterverse New Eternia, as it just doesn't seem to be capturing your imagination? Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Toy news just continues, guys, and as a matter of fact, some of you might know I am actually doing a live stream again with my good friend Danny Green over at Titan Toys. Our new episode of Titan Talking Toys will hit tomorrow, and we're doing a live stream at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, speaking to the creators of the Meta Travelers new line of action figures. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys. They're going to be talking about the line itself, as well as some brand new details that have not been unveiled before. Might even be showcasing some new surprises that are going to be really cool coming up for the new line of action figures. You can check it out right here, guys. Bookmark it for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you there. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey. Geek proud, everybody.